Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. God bless everybody. Honestly, I just got out the shower. I was about to do all my self-care stuff, but I'm trying to learn how to prioritize things, right? And so I know that I really wanted to drop a video tonight, and I wanted to ask you guys if you wanted to join me on a couple things. And so let's just go ahead and get right into it. So for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, I am going on a social media cleanse, hiatus, whatever you want to call it. I've just been feeling very distracted by the desire to be on social media, the desire to be in fellowship with online community and doing those things, and it has really taken a toll on my intimacy with the Lord. Not to say that I'm not being intimate with the Lord, but I just feel like there's a deeper level of consecration that I want to give to the Lord. And I just feel like having too many distractions is just not helping me right now. On top of that, I am 30 weeks pregnant as of today. And I want to prepare both mentally and spiritually for the birth of my daughter. And I just don't see myself doing that, being active on social media. Now, I know you're probably like, but you're posting on YouTube, right? I just don't see YouTube as a social media platform because I literally just post and go. I am not here constantly checking my notifications. If I get a comment, I don't have to respond right away. There's just very limited social activity here on YouTube in regards to the addiction piece of it, if that makes sense. I just post and I go. And I think this is the healthiest platform that I have, at least for me and my walk. And also, I don't want to be stagnant in my walk either, and in the call that God has placed me in, which is YouTube. And I feel like I've just been focusing on everything else. And that has also taken a dent in my ability to post on YouTube. And honestly, this is the thing I have the most passion for. So I will not be on Instagram. I will not be on Threads. Those are the only two platforms that I use. But I will be trying my best to be active on YouTube up until I give birth, and then whatever the Lord gives me the strength to do after that. So that's the first thing. The second thing, I wanted to see if you guys wanted to join me. I know we are still doing our Bible study methods. I'm still gonna finish that series, I promise. And but for the month of December, as we prepare for the new year, there are a couple things that I like to do and I like to set up for the new year. One of the first things I really like to do is set up a Bible study plan for the following year. But this year, I want to do something a little different, and I want to include you guys in it. And I know a lot of people are doing it, which is okay. I just want to join in, and if you guys want to join in with me, let's do it. That's why I didn't start today, so we can all start tomorrow if you guys want to do that. And so what I want to do is I want to study the book of Luke from chapter 1 all the way to the end with you guys. When I say that, I mean we're going to do Bible study together. I probably am going to just be picking out verses and then doing an overview of the entire chapter and picking out the verses that stuck out to me the most. And if you guys want to join me in that, I will be attempting to post every day. That is my desire, to post every single day, no matter how I feel, no matter how I look, because my desire is to fellowship with you guys here on YouTube. Another thing I want to do that I'm going to take you guys with is I like to start a brand new journal, usually on my birthday. But I feel like this year I do want to start at the beginning of the year. So I'm going to take you guys shopping with me so you guys can see my routine when it comes to my journals and how I kind of set up everything in my life. For example, I just have different methods of doing things, and maybe if you're not as structured, it could feel a little overwhelming. So structure with me, I need that. And also, I just want to point out that I really have not been cutting my hair because, baby, the length, yeah, is giving. But anyways, the whole point is that I think for the new year, more than anything, I really don't want the Lord to ask me for anything. I really want to just give him everything. And what I mean by that is that I feel like a lot of times, me personally, I just ask the Lord what he wants. And I never really like sit down and think about the areas in my life that I could just be surrendering and giving up to him. And I think that for this next year, I really want to prepare my heart in a way that the Lord doesn't have to ask me to let go of things or to surrender anything. I want to be more willing to just be a better daughter to him. And I think that it's going to take a lot of self-reflecting. It's going to take a lot of healing. It's going to take a lot of self-awareness for me to do that. And I want to eliminate as much distractions as I can in order to just be a good daughter. Like, I want to be a good daughter. And I think this is the only way right now that I know how to do it, is where I can just give the Lord whatever I feel like he deserves. Earlier today, I was journaling, and one thing I said was, Lord, I don't want to ask you to wake me up at 3 or 4 in the morning. I want to get up at 3 or 4 in the morning, and I want to just give you my time. I don't want to have to ask you to do those things when those are things that I can literally just submit my flesh and do it and be able to surrender that to you. And so I want to kind of prepare my heart and prepare the foundation to be able to make those choices. And I think a lot of times we're kind of like waiting on the Lord to take the first step, and that's okay in certain situations. But I feel like in my life personally right now, I really want to take initiative in my walk with the Lord and be able to just give him more of me. Like, I sincerely do. Another thing that I really want to work on is learning how to take care of myself in a very, like, how do I explain this? I want to practice more self-care when it comes to things that make me feel good. I have realized that I am very neglectful with myself, constantly putting other people first. I'm constantly just not thinking about myself. But as of today, today's December 1st, it's Sunday. So as of today, every Sunday, I'm gonna take out a block of time to do my hair, to do my eyebrows, to do a face mask, do a foot mask. And then I want to take a good chunk of time to just sit in the Lord's presence, because that to me is what helps me in my self-care, not only in the physical, but in the spiritual. And although I plan on doing that every day, I feel like Sunday specifically, I want to dedicate more time to the Lord, where I just sit with him and I ask him what he wants from me in this week, and I can measure what I can give to him. And I think that'll be more realistic for me, as opposed to how I've been handling my spiritual life. I'm sorry, y'all. My nose is so itchy. I am 10 weeks away from giving birth, and I want to prepare a good foundation for me, because I know when my daughter gets here, it's going to be hard for me to just have that intimacy with the Lord, because no matter how much help you have, no matter how much you prepare any of those things, you just never know. So I want to kind of like build a reservoir where in those difficult moments where I can't spend time with the Lord, I'm prepared in my spirit, and learn how to have grace with myself, where I'm giving God all that I can, even if all that I can didn't look like yesterday. I want to be able to show up every day, and I want to be able to just focus, like really sincerely, I just want to focus on the Lord and allow that to be my guide in how I handle my spiritual life. I also just am grateful that the Lord has been patient with me. And I'm grateful that God has given me the opportunity to really just self-reflect and really just say, is this what you want or is this not what you want, right? And I'm happy that my soul and my spirit always says yes to the Lord. Sometimes it's very difficult because it's not easy serving the Lord. This year has been crazy, and whatever the Lord lets me testify it, I will. But I do just feel like I'm ready to just be a good daughter. Like, I'm tired of being like focused on production. I'm tired of being focused on, do I look like a good daughter? I'm tired of all of that. I just want to be a good daughter in the best way that I can. And so I want to take you guys on this journey with me. I honestly have found a love for vlogging that I never thought I would, because I'm a very reserved person, but this has become a safe space for me where I have seen that there's a beautiful community that can relate to me, but also that loves the Lord, right? Because who cares if you're relatable if the Lord is not in it, right? I'm grateful for the community that loves the Lord, that loves studying the Bible, that loves just Jesus, you know? And so I want to leave you guys off with the Psalms. I know this wasn't really like my normal type of content, but I want to leave you off with the Psalms that really impacted my heart. I should have just put language a little bit as to why surrendering is so important and distractions are just very hard, right? Because I didn't realize sometimes we just idolize things. Like, we have a lot of idols that we just don't, like, we don't recognize, you know? And so I have been doing this personal challenge where I'm reading the Psalms, but I'm reading them from the last chapter to the first chapter. And there was this one specific Psalms that stood out to me. So Psalms 115 verses 3-8. It says, "But our God is in heaven. He does whatever he pleases. Their idols are silver and gold, their work of men's hands. They have mouths but do not speak. Eyes they have but they do not see. They have ears but they do not hear. Noses they have but they do not smell. They have hands but they do not handle. Feet they have but they do not walk. Nor do they mutter through their throat. Those who make them are like them. So is everyone who trusts in them." And I realized that a lot of the things that I was putting before the Lord, or just like allowing to infiltrate in my relationship with the Lord, was not comforting me. It wasn't helping me. It wasn't making me feel good. It just wasn't satisfying me. And so I had to take a step back and recognize that a lot of the stuff that I was just so distracted by just didn't matter, right? It just did not help. It just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And it wasn't until I had to sit there and recognize that God has to be enough in every area of my life, not just in the areas of my faith or in my hardship or in whatever moment. God is enough in every area. Even when I'm tempted, when I'm angry, when I'm confused, he is enough. And I don't have to run away, and I don't have to run to other things to feel satisfied, because the Lord will always show up for me. And so I pray this is encouraging to somebody if you're going through this as well. I hope that you join me in this Luke challenge, and that the Bible study methods that I'm posting help as well. I love doing Bible study methods, and I really want to complete this series by the end of the year. So it's going to be a busy month, in Jesus' name. But I love you all. Thank you for taking out the time to watch this video, to hear me out, to being patient with me, because I know y'all be like, girl, you post like every 3 weeks. But I appreciate the patience. This is part of like learning what you love and learning what's important. And so I'm just so grateful for the community God has given me. So I will see you guys tomorrow, God willing. So God bless you guys.